to the tournament is quickly unraveling out here for them. Look at that confident touch here from Keegan Dolly. The experience clearly showing out here. Free kick delayed, and the referee will not stand on occasion, so that's a yellow card for time wasting to Terence Achego. Oh, he really needs to put himself in terms here. Terence Macheho, really not necessary there to pick up that booking, but referee Mustafa not wasting any time here. Intent on keeping everybody right in check of the book. Ngonyama, and the advance out on the right. Forward pass, quick intercept, looking to feed that ball in for Wade Euster.
This 2025 beIN Sports Extra is jam-packed with the sports you love, featuring an epic year, the best international leagues and tournaments, Olympic sports, and so much more. This 2025 on beIN Sports Extra. More sports, more excitement, always free, 24/7.
Clearly the referee wasn't buying that. We have another chance to take a look at it. It's a bit of a coming together here. The starts of Pelele. Pelele may just have clipped him on the ankle. Referee and judges wasn't enough to give away a free kick. Olu starts the ball. Back to Olu. Goal searching. Dolly Keegan. Africa trailing on possession, just as they did in the first game against Algeria in the first half, but then turned it up in the second half. Their first shot on target, once again, bang on target, right in the essence of the word. Neo Maema putting that to the back of the net. Celebrations already ensuing here for South Africa. The attack, the Elephants looking to fling the ball into box area here of South Africa. South Africa now looking to write the ball down slightly, slow the pace as Ludlu unable to keep the ball in possession or in play. Popularly known in South Africa as the Mini Cooper, had a very interesting game to play on March day 1. Ludlu by Thethwa. Jazz play for Orlando Pirates. Did struggle a bit for game time in the last season. Squared away through the center, looking to build from deep. Mohamed Yuala unable to get to the ball, and now this is picked up by South Africa, putting it into space here. Timely intervention here for Mohamed Bangura. Just cut out the opportunity. South Africa now defending deep with numbers. CL Nation look to build once again from the back. Kabine Kuyate. Instructions on the sideline there from Molefi Seki, head coach of South Africa, on touchline at the moment. Bangura gets it on to Alassane. Bangura up front here for Moussa Moise Kamara. Baker Bashir Bangura also very quiet in this game so far. Koyate assessing options and realizes might be better served to play the ball back to Banglesise. They have possession but not really doing much with it, and now South Africa looking to break up the lines, and this is going to be a need for speed as Kutumela was trying to put them through the paces there. That's a risky pass back to the goalkeeper. He was forced to prop it up before hoofing it clear of his box area, but only as far as Malibongwe Kosa loses possession. Picked up solid in the midfield. Good play from Drame. Out onto the flank. The attack, Mohamed Yola. Yola skips away from a challenge. Yola cuts the ball back. The Yeah, no one able to spot or track the movement, and that ball seeking for anybody to get onto it. Strong run there, and the dribble there from Mohamed Yola. Appreciation pretty evident from the man in the dugout, Sulemani Kamara. Sulemani Kamara, the man who's known for his strong foundation in the team. He make sure they arrive pretty early. Named the squad earlier on, was one of the first ones to name the squad. Pretty confident, and the rewards were ripped in match day 1. But since then, his tactical acumen has been really put to the test. First with Uganda, and now in these 20 minutes against Bafana of South Africa. Mafelele, Ongonyama. Player had more touches than Felele in the game against Algeria. It's quite the linchpin building from the back. Malibongwe gets onto the ball now to Ngonyama. Felele to orchestrate the start now right through the center. That was a flimsy touch. Could have done better there from Masuku. Spread to the flank on the attack, and a shot from distance was begging to be taken. Duly obliging was Alassane Bangura. That gives away a corner. Corner kick now for Guinea. Chance to get some bodies into the box area. Timely intervention there from Mafelele, just sticking a foot out, making sure that is guided wayward from the goalkeeper's area. 22 minutes on the clock, and that 9th minute goal by South Africa still separates the two sides. Palmed away from the corner. Chested down, spread out to the right. Attack once again building from the right flank. Ismail Kamara loses possession. Kigandoli picks the pieces. Ludlu starting it off now up front here. Kutumela now spreading it wide. Was a dreadful pass there from Kutumela. Attempted to spread it on the cross, trying to get Wade Usta into the game, but well, that was not in any way symmetrical. Block is easy for Samokelo. Pick the pieces up. Couple of changes here for Guinea earlier on. Koba Nyanya Bare got to start the last game. He started on the first one, started on the second one, and is dropped to the bench once again for this one. Lansana Silla started the last 2 games back-to-back, but has been preferred on the bench in this particular one. While Mohamed Diabate, who lost the ball 23 times in the game against Uganda, was also given a place on the bench. In his place today, starting Mohamed Kamara Bouquet. On the advance, Seal Nation, plenty of space, brought down in a wrong area, and that could be a booking here. It was a brilliant run, orchestrated, but little reckless there from Ngonyama. Referee will take his name to the book. A very good glide in. Ishmael Ngonyama, 30-year-old there, who does ply his trade for Mazulu in South Africa. That's a yellow card. Nice to plead that it was his first misdemeanor, but those pleas falling on deaf ears. As in ascendance and on the roll was Abubakar Bashir Bangura. Been a tricky customer. One of the few standout players in the game against Uganda. Created 4 pin chances. Now gets stuck in and earns a free kick here for Guinea. A potentially good area to strike. We are yet to see a direct free kick head to the back of the net at the Mandela National Stadium in the African Nations Championship 2024. this could be as good as an area as they come. A couple of options here. Alassane Bangura, one of those standing up to take this one as the wall is organized. Relatively good wall there, about 5 men on that one. Alassane Bangura takes the shot. The wall does its job pretty well. About to build back again. Ahmed Yola with a searching cross into the box. Repelled instantly, and a counter-attack could be instigated here by Ndludlu. Gets the ball cut through to Niomaema. Passed back to the defense. Was no precise movement up front. Bafana opting to play for possession as the ball now rolls out. Speaking of possession, still trailing on that front, 44.1 in favor of South Africa, as Guinea are dominating out there. But it's what they're doing with the ball that has to count. Haven't made a lot of forays into that final third. Guinea may need to ramp up a bit on that. Ball rolls over the line. It's a throw in. Started off quick. Drame. Ousmane Drame. Right to the center of the pitch. Looking to marshal that midfield. Banglesise. Mohamed Bangura inviting Abubakar Bashir Bangura into the game. Once again, those drifting power crosses there, those drifting runs from the flank, marauding into the midfield. Absolutely fearless, but the same measure, well, putting in a very, very strong shift as well. Spread out onto the flank. It's going to be a good opportunity. A whipped-in cross, and that ball is headed away. Excellent defending here, just in time by Terence Macheho. The first real attempt at trying to pile numbers in the box area here for Guinea results in them having another corner. The player on the ground might require some medical attention here before the game can resume. The referee does oblige. As interesting, that's a stretch already brought, and that's the goalkeeper, Niomaema. It's the goal scorer, Niomaema, already the score sheet, but that would definitely be a big blow if he cannot continue with the game any further here. Stretch and off. Pretty worrying signs here. The way that things are standing for South Africa. Bafana, the skipper, getting carried off. Doesn't look good. Doesn't seem like he might be able to just get back on in just a bit. But the corner taken. South Africa now momentarily down to 10 men. And the ball falls kindly. Opportunity. Alassane puts it out wide. Very close. Probably as close as they've come in this game. Ball falling very kindly here for Alassane Bangura. South African defense at 6s and 7s. Still not precise enough on target to get the job done. Well, the miss there, a big one, and Sulemani Kamara knows these opportunities come at a premium. You cannot afford to waste them. South Africa now get a chance to restart. Back to 11 men as Niomaema is back onto the pitch. Guinea still in possession. Bouquet jousting for that ball. Still nobody's to take possession of, as Mohamed Yola now finally brings it under his spell. Twisting and turning, evasive. Now whips it out onto the left, but a little too much for both options. Abubakar Bashir Bangura had cut way too much into the midfield, while Mohamed Bangura was a little too far back in the defense for him to make it to the ball. Half an hour fast approaching. South Africa 1, Guinea 0. South Africa looking to wind down the clock a little too early, especially in the first half, to anticipate that. But looking at the record book, South Africa finally breaking that jinx. They never score against Bafana never score against Guinea. 5 encounters and they kept drawing a blank. Guinea unbeaten in all those encounters, winning twice so far. Most recently, or most notably, 2022, they played to a 0-0 draw as a friendly. And then in the African Cup of Nations 2006, Guinea were 2-0 victors over South Africa. 1-0 current scoreline here. It's the first time the two teams are meeting since that friendly in 2022 in March. Spread to the flank. This is a good opportunity, spaced out, and the shot from distance from Mosa Moise Kamara. That's a good attempt there. Pretty speculative. Wade Ooster knows that they shouldn't have given that much space out on the flank. Dreadful positioning. In the end, just playing their man on with acres of space. He had all the time to make the decision to do what he wanted to do. Fortunately, not on target for Guinea. Goalkeeper Samokelo taking his time. Finally gets the game restarted once again. Look at Guinea, previously never lost a game on their third group stage matches. They played 3 games so far, drawing 1 and winning 2 as far as the CHAN tournament is concerned. 2016 they beat Nigeria 1-0. 2018 they beat Mauritania 1-0. Then in 2020 they drew with Tanzania. There's a foul here on Ousmane Dramé. The referee quickly stepping in to intercept and break up proceedings here. Pelele is already on a yellow card. This could be a very, very difficult decision to make. Very need to have a bit of consultancy here, Mustafa, as we get another chance to take a look at the incident in play. Passing of the ball one way, then the other. In the end, just letting it go. Spread to the flank, ball goes over the line, that's a throw-in. South Africa have scored in all seven of their CHAN group stage matches so far, and conceded in 7 of the 8 CHAN matches that they have taken part in, including the last 6. Last clean sheet they managed to keep was over Niger in 2011. That was a 2-0 win. Since then, pretty open to scoring against you, but also porous at the back, and that might be the reason why they're keeping it tight here. Terence Matsheho skipping forward. Ball intercepted, but picked up once again. Ali Bongwe spreading it out to the wing. Wade Ooster gets a through pass, but that has a little too much gusto behind it. The indications from Maema and Kutumela pretty clear on what was expected of him. Good pick up here from Keegan Dolly. Bafana keeping a tight lead on this one. Wade Ooster thinks twice before making the cross. Neo Maema. Ludlu for support. Back to Maema. Maema sets it in for Wade Ooster. That was on a different wavelength. It was cutting in. Sending him flying out to the wing, and the disappointment is evident. Small, easy, well, simple mistakes for lack of a better word.
This 2025 beIN Sports Extra is jam-packed with the sports you love, featuring an epic year, the best international leagues and tournaments, Olympic sports, and so much more. This 2025 on beIN Sports Extra. More sports, more excitement, always free, 24/7.
And seems to be in quite a bit of pain. Wade Russell Euster, 33 years of age, very versatile, plays as a right winger or a right back. At the moment seems to be combining both roles pretty well. Did win the MTN 8 with the Orlando Pirates. Did start out his career at Bloemfontein Celtic. Yet to see Guinea with a shot on target. The big questions asked after 35 minutes of the gameplay. One, Guinea 1. Kamara feeds it in. Alessane Bangura out to the flank. Who's available? Twisting one way, then the other. Trying to squeeze their way up front. The ball is lost once again to the midfield. Banglesise. Kabine Koyate. Meticulous and methodical is the approach that they're putting in together here. Guinea making 6 shots in the game. Before that one, that actually was on target and got them the goal. So technically, both teams have taken 1 shot on target and scored. Makes some very interesting approach, especially when it comes to the shooting stats. Foul here and on the ground and in quite a bit of a rage, Malibongwe Kosa. Unhappy with how things are proceeding out here. Referee's double blast of the whistle. Gets an infringement that he's not very happy with. The break out on the flank once again. Looking to charge. Mohamed Bangura. Pro pass kept alive. Trying to have Mohamed Yuala bring that under control. Alassane Bangura gets away with it. Abubakar Bashir Bangura has support. Opts to cross. That's headed away. Edge of the box area. Teasing shots. Lets it fly. To no avail. In the moment, it seems to be all one-way traffic. Capitalizing, keeping a firm grip on this game. At the moment, Seal Nation. Now looking at the stats, South Africa last attempted a shot in this game about 30 minutes ago. Quite literally, that was the time when Neil Maema scored the goal. Since then, they've been on the back foot and have been pegged back. Need to find a way to advance themselves forward. Ball out to the flank. Neo Maema, the goal scorer, apologizing there. Ball goes over the line. That's a throw-in. Sulemani Kamara. Pretty content the changes he's made. Moise Kamara scoring that goal. One of the substitutes, Bretin, the man on the picture there. Ahmed Yola, the shot 19, has been quite the menace as well in the game, causing all sorts of problems on that right flank. And now they have a couple of questions to answer on their own, as the Mini Cooper, Lulu, had sneaked his way towards the back post. Just unable to control that. It was good delivery coming in from Wade Euster. Near chance, near chance. If he had made any better contact with that, it would definitely have been 2 to the good for South Africa. Bafana losing possession. Guinea getting into some one-touch star-studded action as players brought down. Referee says fair challenge. Spread out to the flank. Terence Matsheho in possession. Played back. Pelele. Alibongwe. Pelele. For the Bafana. Assessing options and as always able to pick up the pieces. Masuku Menzi to Wade Euster. Teasing to Neo Maema. Trying to draw out the Elephants. That's a poor pass. In the end, just challenged for. Goes back to Samukelo Ulu. It's a long ball forward. Popped in looking for Keegan Dolly, but unable to get to him. Ludlu. Matsieho. Velele. Back to the goalkeeper. Ulu. Samukelo gets it away to Mwanyama. Out to the flank. Euster flying forward on the right flank to Neo Maema. Turn a little too heavy. Just handing initiative right back here to Guinea. Through the center. Looking to turn on a bit of flair of their own. Mohamed Yola. Directing traffic. He has 2 options ahead of him. Picks out Ousmane Kamara, Boake, and they lose possession, but momentarily only, as they now have a throw in. And so 44 minutes of the game played in just a couple of seconds. We'll find out from the 4th official how much time will be added to this one. Still level pegging between the two sides and no way to separate them just as yet. Bubbly ball. Could have been called for a handball there, but referee doesn't oblige. To the flank, Mohamed Bangura once again. Tries to tee themselves up now, forcing numbers forward on the counter-attack. It is Banglesi Sey. He's a centre-back, but now in the opposition area, has a long trek back to his box area. South Africa don't seem like they're in a rush to get the counter-attack on. Keegan Dolly skips away from one. As the confirmation there from the 4th official that there'll be no less than 2 minutes of time added. South Africa seem pretty content to let it lay off at this point. Player on the ground. Referee dashing over. That gives a moment to both sides here to have a bit of a rehydration break. 2 minutes added. We've already spent one of those. Pretty level from both sides, giving and taking, but in equal measure, it just doesn't seem to yield off enough. South Africa, not in their traditional fast-sticking football. Pretty understandable why. For Guinea, it seems to suit them just well enough as they continue to dominate on possession. They're doing just enough to get themselves back into the game. Ahmed Bouquet Kamara had a remarkable showing as well today. Been pretty solid. Hasn't got into too many contests. Kept the challenges as neat and precise as they can be. Say, the game restarts. Kabine Koyate. For the moment, you get the feeling both teams are just playing for the referee's whistle to send them down the tunnel to the dressing rooms. Ludlu unable to get to that ball, intercepted slightly by very acrobatic clearance there from Kabine Koyate. It's a foul according to the referee. Free kick anticipated here. Player on the ground, that's Wade Euster. Unseated here by Mohamed Bangura, who picked up his first assist in the African Nations Championship 2024. That beautifully teed up ball here for Moussa Kamara. But Euster stays on the ground. One of those that tends to stay on the ground, traditional hard man. Just another look at those goals as they did come through. The cutback was on, set through well, and the shot, the finish, excellent. Everything you've come to expect from Neo Maema. But Tabiso Kutumela putting up a pretty good show to make sure he got the job done. And on the reverse end, Moussa Kamara benefiting from a classic cutback and finishing off in sumptuous style to the celebrations here of the fans of the Seal National. So a goal apiece, it stands now. The celebrations each have had, and agony some have also had. It's a pretty evenly balanced out game here. Menzi Masuku at the moment looking a little bewildered. The referee has to try and bring order to the scuffle that's ongoing here off the ball. The free kick for South Africa. Lefi Seki is eyeing the moment a little precariously. Weaved in. It's a header, flies away, appeals for a corner. Assistant referee seems to oblige. Malibongwe Kosa, the one insisting that should be a corner. Could be into the final spell of play here, as the 2 minutes that were added have long come and gone. Vexed. Ousmane Kamara, the goal there, trying to urge his defense to switch on. It would be the nightmare of any coach if his team were to concede at this moment. It would totally have to change the halftime notes that have been scribbled down. That halftime team talk would now have to be made on the fly. Brought in, cleared away. How far does it go? Nobody to pick up the pieces. Wade Euster trekking in, tries to cross the ball back in. Easily picked up by Ousmane Kamara. True to the good. It's the final bit of play in the first half. Ousmane Kamara seems to be very unhappy that the referee chose to bring it to a close here when they felt they had the advantage and would be able to capitalize on the counter-attack. Pretty dramatic scenes at halftime here. And nonetheless, the referee sends the two teams down to the tunnel for that halftime interval. And it's a share of the pieces here so far. Stalemate as South Africa and Guinea are held up. An early goal in the 9th minute by Neo Maema before the strike back here from Guinea as Moussa Kamara leveled the tie at the Mandela National Stadium. Well, at the halftime, the stats tell a very interesting tale. South Africa trailing on possession, but they did get the advantage of going up front. 2 shots so far, only 1 on target, and they managed to score. Guinea have been a little not more clinical here. 10 shots they've taken, and they've been wasteful there with only just one on target. That one managing to earn them the equalizer. There'll also be a few concerns on the number of fouls that they've already accumulated, 5 in the first half compared to the 3 of South Africa, while the Bafana walk a tightrope with 2 yellow cards in boot for them.
The Copa Sudamericana round of 16 are here. América de Cali, Fluminense. A challenge that promises commitment, passion, and courage. Tomorrow on beIN Sports Extra.
Shimmering so bright, my aura blinding. Diamonds in my mind, the glimmer shines all night. Beaming so divine, my colors intertwine, making designs. I'm gonna make my own lane, nothing's gonna get in my way. I don't wanna wait, no time to waste. Come on, let's chase the sun. Open the gates, trust and fate. Nothing's gonna rain on my parade. Pick up the pace, don't be late. Come on, let's chase the sun. I'm gonna make my own lane. Nothing's gonna get in my way. I don't wanna wait, no time to waste. Come on, let's chase the sun. Open the gates, trust and fate. Nothing's gonna rain on my parade. Pick up the pace, don't be late. Come on, let's chase the sun.
Aquí los partidos son indescriptibles. For those who know and those about to, conocerás el fútbol como ningún otro. ¿Estás listo? Watch Extra Clase. Watch Extra Clase. Watch Extra Clase. Live only on beIN Sport.
Shimmering so bright, my aura blinding. Diamonds in my mind, the glimmer shines all night. Beaming so divine, my colors intertwine, making designs. parade. Pick up the pace, don't be late. Come on, let's chase the sun. I'm gonna make my own lane. Nothing's gonna get in my way. I don't wanna wait, no time to waste. Come on, let's chase the sun. Open the gates, trust in fate. Nothing's gonna rain on my parade. Pick up the pace, don't be late. Come on, let's chase the sun.
It's summertime on BN Sports. The Copa Sudamericana, La Copa Libertadores, the Polish League, the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, rowing, triathlon, Supreme Fight Night, a summer like no other, only on BN Sports. It's showtime in the Copa Sudamericana round of 16 as Brazil and Argentine sides go head-to-head. Atlético Mineiro versus Godoy Cruz on the road to greatness. August 14th on BN Sports Extra.
Shimmering so bright, my aura blinding. Diamonds in my mind, the glimmer shines all night. Beaming so divine, my colors intertwine, making designs. I'm gonna make my own lane. Nothing's gonna get in my way. I don't wanna wait, no time to waste. Come on, let's chase the sun. Open the gates, trust in fate. Nothing's gonna rain on my parade. Pick up the pace, don't be late. Come on, let's chase the sun. I'm gonna make my own lane. Nothing's gonna get in my way. I don't wanna wait, no time to waste. Come on, let's chase the sun. Open the gates, trust in fate. Nothing's gonna rain on my parade. Pick up the pace, don't be late. Come on, let's chase the sun.
PSG, the multi-time champion defending its crown once again, while historic rivals Marseille, Monaco, Lille, and Lyon refuse to surrender. Ligue 1 returns in August on BN Sports. Central African Republic. Mauritania versus Burkina Faso. Don't miss the action. August 13th, only on beIN Sports Extra.
I just call it magic. Tell me how you do it. Turn up anywhere, watch you lose it like. I just call it magic. Tell me how you do it. Pop up at the crib, start choosing like. It's just automatic. Pull up in the newest. Kids breaking on them, he the coolest like. I just call it magic. Tell me how you do it. Tell me how you do it. Do it. Yeah. I'm just vibing and doing my own thing. What you doing? Never hiding, I'm changing like mood swings. What you doing? Flying your private, I'm caught in this blue rain. What you doing? When I'm driving, I'm taking up 2 lanes. I'm the man and they know it. I don't got the short, just the short. Cooling like a fan truck, bro, me better know it. I get these lames a chance before I put up like a boy. I just call it magic. Tell me how you do it. Turn up anywhere, watch them lose it like. I just call it magic. Tell me how you do it. Pop up at the crib, start choosing like. It's just automatic. Pull up in the newest. Kids breaking on them, he the coolest like. I just call it magic. Tell me how you do it. Tell me how you do it. I never let up, no. I never let up, no. I never let up. Stay down and keep my head up. I keep my head up. I keep my head up. Yeah, I keep my head up. Not now. I never let up. I never let up, no. I never let up, no. I never let up. Stay down and keep my head up. I keep my head up. I keep my head up. Yeah, I keep my head up. I never let up.
beIN Sports and beIN Sports Extra, the home of the Premier Paddle Tour. Watch all the matches, all season long, live and free, only on beIN Sports and beIN Sports Extra.
Well, second half's poised to get underway right here at the Mandela National Stadium as Guinea do emerge from the tunnel there. The referee and the rest of the officiation team just taking their time to wait for the Bafana to emerge from their dressing room before they get back into the Mandela National Stadium for 45 more minutes in this encounter in Group C. It's been a game that has largely had its spells. South Africa started like a house on fire, were able to get a goal in the first 9 minutes, but since then have been unable to get a shot on target, opening the door that was much needed by the National Elephants to go ahead and probe, press, and ultimately reap their reward. An equalizer just before they went down to the dressing room. Mustafa Kachchef has definitely been a man who will stand no infringements in the game, running a very strict ship on the pitch, and as a result, South Africa already have 2 yellow cards for their misdemeanors on his pitch. Well, they do emerge here. No changes as yet confirmed. We'll definitely get clarification on that in just a bit, as a couple more discussions in there before the two teams can get to the fray. Center referee already at the center as the fans pray and supplicate to the deities up above for what should be a more favorable second 45 minutes in this clash. Sulemani Kamara will be buoyed by how his team have grown in the game, turned up the pressure, ramped up the antics, and been able to exploit a lot of gaps on the left flank, and it's paid dividends for them. The captain, Mohamed Bangura, continuing to make the forays on the left flank here of the Mandela National Stadium, and it eventually landed at the feet of Moussa Kamara, the man right there that made sure that he pulled level here for Guinea. What will the second 45 minutes hold? Big questions to ask Uganda, Niger, as well as Algeria will be keeping an eye on the proceedings here. South Africa may feel a little crestfallen. They have to thank that man for the fact that they are still in the running, having given them the early start to the game. But that won't be enough, and now they need to up the ante, as it's popularly known, if they are to get themselves back into the groove for this game. Referee Mustafa just checking his watch to make sure that they are bang on time before letting Guinea get us underway in the second half, right here at the Nelson Mandela Stadium. Second half, South Africa 1, Guinea 1. That first ball, and not really within the intended target, just rolls over the line for a goal kick. Ousmane Dramé has held a very tight ship as well in that midfield today. Without his team still quite in the running, much better showing compared to what they had on Friday. The question will be, is Monday their lucky day? It got them a victory last Monday. Friday wasn't quite up to scratch for them. Now Monday they managed to claw back against South Africa, who are popularly known as the comeback kings. It's a foul here. Player goes to the ground. It's a free kick. South Africa. Pelele. Ngonyama. Goes searching here, looking for Ludlu. Dabaithethwa loses out on the ball, and now it's time to pick it up for Guinea. Ahmed Bangura through the center. Ousmane Dramé seeking support here and getting it quite well out on that right flank. Ahmed Kamara Bouquet chooses to go across the pitch to the opposite flank, finding Bangura, who now plays it to Banglesise all the way back to the goalkeeper. Ousmane Kamara, one of the 4 Kamaras on the pitch. Ousmane, Ismail, Moussa, and Mohamed Kamara, all on the pitch. Euster, back here to Ngonyama. Lele, not in a rush here. Something quite unusual. Asheho trying to inject a pace in the game, but just doesn't work for them there. Banglesise. Kabine Koyate, goal searching. Nice control for Moussa Kamara, setting it to the flank. And still on the front foot here, Guinea could create the opening. It wasn't for that intervention there from Terence Matsheho. Chance for a throw in. Ismail Kamara will have to watch himself in this game. Might be a player that the officials will be keeping an eye on. He has had 5 fouls in this game, which is ahead of any other player, including Ngonyama, who has only 2. And he's already in the referee's book, so Ismail Kamara will definitely have to keep a very, very tight lead on his tackles as he continues to fly in the rest of the game. Throw-in anticipated. Sheho restarts. Masuku. Pelele out here looking for Wade Euster. Just cross the center line. Picking support from Neo Maema. Now to Ludlu. Back from Ngonyama. Pelele chooses to go route 1, but Keegan Dolly, who's largely been isolated in this game, had no opportunity to get onto that ball. Banglesise, no, that's Kabine Koyate. He's in possession now. Out to the flank, looking for a touch, intercepted. Good play here coming in from Alassane Bangura. Not often that you find the forwards able to trek back and provide formidable support here, but they are definitely putting in a solid show for that. Bangura, the captain. Gets it here to Abubakar Bashir Bangura. Had some forays in the first game, now looking to make those cuts into the center of the park, and this is a good net move from Guinea. Only thwarted at the very tail end. Had that pass made its way to the intended target, well, South Africa would probably have the goalkeeper picking that from the back of his net. Out to the flank. Mohamed Yola finding support. Ismail Kamara. Mohamed Kamara. Banglesise. Ball searching for Abubakar Bashir Bangura. That ball is adjudged to have crossed the line, and that will count as a throw-in. Another look at the tete-a-tete tiki-taka from Guinea. He's trying to knit together some passes. Beautiful and easy on the eye, and quite nearly turning out to be the undoing of the Bafana Bafana. Through the center. Alibongwe. Spreads it to the flank. Wade Euster. Wade Maema. Maema there trying to get onto the ball, but the anticipation sky high here from Mohamed Bangura just to tee that ball out. Mafelele. Monyama. Africa need a spark of creativity, a little bit of imagination for them to spark this game back to life. Haven't really been as razor sharp as they are known to be as a nation. Might need to up the ante, might need to pose a bigger threat. They haven't posed one here. Neo Maema, latest attempt here, the cross thwarted quite easily. Center of the park. The Terence, who's inverted now to the center. Keegan Dolly covering out on the flank, has no options to go forward, opts to go back. Gonyama. Guinea quite comfortable with sitting back in that low block and forcing South Africa to come at them. South Africa forced into a cross from a distance and, well, doesn't yield anything, just rolls over the line here for a goal kick. Kabine Koyate. Long searching, glances away. That will go Samukelo Ulu. Looking to restart that as Suleimane Kamara seems to have a few instructions there. Looks like he'll make a couple of changes, or at least one for the moment. Players summoned from the warm-up area. So a change in the offing. Spread out to the flank on the attack. Here comes Eustace. Sets it in! And their next attempt, once again, slam bang in the back of the net. Dabiso Kutumela makes it 2 for South Africa. And it's pretty unbelievable. Shell-shocked here is Suleimane Kamara. Just when their team looked like they were in ascendance with their very second shot on target. The first one in the 9th minute. And now, a little later on, oh, it's unraveling here for Guinea and South Africa. Bafana Bafana, the boys are playing. Neo Maema spread it out nicely to the flank for Wade Euster, making that foray forward. And when the cutback was on, just waiting, lurking in the background, Tabiso Kutumela broke the stroke and made it 2-1 for South Africa against Guinea. Now the disbelief, that defense He's absolutely telling. They thought they had them closed down. They thought Wade Euster would cross for another anticipated take, and they would be able to pick up the pieces. Just turned out not to be so. And as a result, now they're back again, trailing right where they were after 9 minutes of play in the first half. They are right back there again in the 54th minute. Interestingly, if you're one of those that believes in the symmetry, it took 9 minutes to score goal one for South Africa. It took them 9 minutes in the second half. As now Guinea have a moment. Can they strike back to level the tie? Well, that's a high ball and goes high and wide and wanting. It will be pretty encouraging here for Mohamed Yuala. Unbelievably symmetrical here for South Africa. 9 minutes they scored in the first half. 9 minutes they score again in the second half. Substitution, and it's the end of the game here for Mohamed Yuala. And in his place will come Mohamed Bangura to take his place up front. Ball spread through the center of the park. Trying to make a quick catch up here, but a turning pace from Bangladesh, trying to advance the cause here for Guinea. Abubakar to the center. Mohamed Bangura meeting together the passes. Easy rhythm on the eye. Now spread out to the flank. Bokeh with a cross. Wade just sit down, thumped clear. Felele. Keeping it pretty decent here. Wade Euster picking up his very first assist for the goals in the African Nations Championship 2024. Meanwhile, Thabiso Kutumela scoring his second goal. He's currently the top marksman here for South Africa, but they have their work cut out here to defend. And once again, the strong granite colossal body of Kwanda Mwanyama comes to the fray. Appeals for a handball. It looked like he might have chested that down. The fans calling and clamoring for the VAR to be called into play. And for the players, it's suspended animation and prayers that maybe. Well, we have another look at it. It didn't look like much. I mean, I wouldn't want to be the referee's shoes here. Ball moving a little too fast that even with 2-3 takes of it, I still can't make whether that should be a penalty or not. Well, my decision will count for little, as currently there's a video assistant referee check ongoing. Meantime, Sulemani Kamara trying to urge his charges to stay calm, and it looks like there'll be no penalty. It's a corner kick. VAR check complete. Waved in. Easy pickup here for Samukelo Ulu. There will not be in a rush here. Just goes ahead and lets that race on. The players get ahead of him and now gets to restart. Belele for the center. It all the way back to the goalkeeper. Samukelo has his eye out on that left flank and tries to play in Keegan Dolly, who gets a touch from Thabiso Kutumela. That could have done better there. Ball spread out onto the flank, cross whipped in, an open opportunity, but the ball just racing in front here of Moussa Kamara. The opportunity not yet gone, still a chance. Ismail Kamara has possession, swings it back, looking for a touch. Ousmane Dramé out in the flank, nicked from his pocket here by South Africa, Bafana Bafana. Up ahead for him, the cutback is on. Maema tries the dribble. Well, look to go for the spectacular. Was looking at making the headlines instead of breaking the defense lines. And the opportunity just goes away for the skipper, Maema. We should have envisioned a better chance there as the shot is taken, but quickly charged down. South Africa could have easily turned 2 into 3 in that moment. Some superhuman tracking back from Bangle Cissé. Bangle Cissé just getting in and timing his challenge to perfection. Get that wrong, even by an inch, and that's a penalty. Maema, I wonder if probably he would have been better served by just taking the shot. The attack once again, South Africa crafting out opportunity after opportunity, but somehow not at their best. Will they come to rule these chances? Another chance slotted in calmly. But the worry now will be for Sulemani Kamara. His defense is being picked apart way too easily. Need to really get their groove on right now. Picking it from the back. Fans watch on with anxiety. The next goal will have a telling effect on the game. If Guinea concedes, then it might be lights out. As a player on the ground, the referee will momentarily hold play here. That looks like it's Alassane Bangura.
This 2025 beIN Sports Extra is jam-packed with the sports you love, featuring an epic year, the best international leagues and tournaments, Olympic sports, and so much more. This 2025 on beIN Sports Extra. More sports, more excitement, always free, 24/7.
Post, angling his ball well enough, just keeping it low with a slight bounce. In the end, they had reason to celebrate and get into the dance. Bafana managing to once again grab the lead in this matchup. Looks like that fall might have taken a little more than intended out of Alassane Bangura. Stays on the ground, might require medical attention. The medical team just gets in and looks like he might have sprained his arm there. We'll take another look at the incident. Oof, landed with his entire weight on that wrist, and that's definitely bound to hurt. It looks here from the bench. At the moment, Alassane Bangura will be drawn to complete his medical assistance as the game gets to restart. Kabine Koyate. Possession, South Africa still trailing to Guinea, 43. The fouls for Guinea continuing to rave on, but the most important statistic here is the 2-1 that's in the top corner. South Africa in the lead. Bashir Boboka lost out. Picked up here by Bafana. Clattering into the man, Maema. That's a free kick. Ousmane Dramé, normally a very clean player by all accounts. It's a bit uncharacteristic for him. Anxiety here, fans of Guinea, knowing that the time is steadily roaring away from their favor. 64th minute means they have little under 26 minutes to find a way back in this game before they can even dream of capitalizing. For the moment, they have to just get back into the fray. The attack. Lundlu tries to make that cross. That was a little unsighted. The ball just crosses over out for a throw-in. Throw in here, Mohamed Kamara Bokeh. Taking his time. Actually picks the right spot. Ball is spread out to the left flank for Mohamed Bangura. Now once again go on those marauding long lines of his. Beautiful touch here out that left flank. Fully utilized here by Guinea. Might have done their homework pretty well, knowing that Wade Euster loves to spend a big chunk of his time in the opposition territory. Drame through the center, spread to the flank. Mohamed Bangura. Well, looks like Bobeka Bashir Bangura is limping or moving gingerly. It's his hand up there. If that's to request for the ball or to request for medical assistance, looks like it was to request for the ball, as the ball is played back here to Bangle Cisse. Or Kabine Koyate, now to Bangle Cisse. Bangura. Drame. Osmane. Out to the flank, kept in play. This is Abubakar Bashir, tries to sneak in a through pass. Intercepted well enough. Bafana Bafana pick possession and also have the referee's whistle in their favor. Still 2-1 as it stands at the moment. Just looking at that instance that led to the referee having to call a stop on play. Real tussle here between Abubakar Bashir Bangura and Malibongwe Kosa. Belele. Masheho hasn't seen much of the ball today. Terence does know how to get into strong runs, as Ramthwe Mapelele had attempted there, but to his own folly, discovering the ball moving slightly faster than he had anticipated. Drame. Bokeh. Ismaile Kamara. Kabine Koyate. Actually, Drame there, sending it out to Mohamed Kamara. Back to the goalkeeper, and a slew of changes in the offing here for South Africa. Ball is glanced away by Wade Euster. Not exactly what he intended to do, but turns out that he made a wrong decision there. Now the ball goes out here for a corner. Nervy moments on the bench. Corner kick, waved in. Goalkeeper coming out to attack the ball. Clattered into by two players for Guinea. There's a player on the ground. Miscommunication between the defense and the goalkeeper. That's a hard challenge. Referee says carry on, pretty fair. Trying to cut the ball back and the ball rolls out. It's another corner. There's a player that is stuck on the ground. Quite a bit of clattering into each other. And the cold breeze begins to waft through with icy chilliness here in the Mandela National Stadium, particularly for the Guinea fans. Goalkeeper Samukelo Ulu also seems to be feeling the X there. Just managed to get himself back up and nearly running into his own defender. Getting quickly admonished there by Belele. Yeah, and he too was feeling the strain there. Just another look at that coming together. Let's say falling well. Fans, they felt probably a moment that deserved the referee's attention more than he actually did give it. All right, so a triple substitution set to come through. It will be interesting now to see which direction the Bafana opt to take this one, but they might have to do some defensive work here before they can make the changes anticipated. Instructions from Samokelo Hulu, urging his charges to stay alert. Going for the far post. Meets its mark, but the header not on target. Just goes away here for nothing more than a goal kick. Right, so substitutions galore now as we get another look at that attempt. They're coming in from Moisise, Lolane, Ajibudu, as well as Makaringe, who got to start the first game, and now some of those that will be coming in, and the Mini Cooper will not play the full 90 minutes tonight. Lodlo Dabaithethwa is the man that is taken off here. In his place will come Kaketso Ajadimbo. The other substitution also sees the end of the game. The introduction now here of changes. Menzi Masuku coming off, as well as Terence Matshego all coming off. As we do get to see the introduction now of Makaringe, shot 21, also coming into play. The game gets to restart. Searching ball, flang off. Guinea has made their change earlier on. Now still sticking to their guns. Ahmed Bangura was brought in earlier. Wait to see if they'll be making any other in due course. Guinea with 14 shots. The question is just how efficient they have been. That's a telling statement. 7.1 is a devastatingly low return. Crossing once again, and this time taking no chances. Mapelele, South Africa playing very dangerously in their box area. They lose possession, setting it up, trying to get the ball back in. Kigan Dolly rushing in to try and clear the mess. Possession here now for the Bafana. Strong hold-up play here from Kutumela. That will be a free kick. For some reason, Mapelele seems to be in an absolute rage, besides himself. Must be with Wade Euster for the way he chose to chase that ball back, and could have easily caused them quite problems. Guinea, 14 shots, only 1 on target. Might want to change a bit of their approach. From those 14, 6 have been inside the box area, but still only 1 on target. Spread out to the flank. Looking for a quick 1-2. Who's available to charge the ball forward? Cross bent in, cleared away by Mapelele. Well, he's putting in a very decent shift tonight, putting himself up as a contender for man of the match. Definitely be happy to have his contributions quite telling out here. Spread out to the flank once again. Ahmed Bangura. Banglesise. Kabine Koyate, not in a rush. Alessane Bangura, easily dispossessed, could have done better there. There'll be questions on just how much he wanted that ball. Boho Tolane, currently unattached, 30 years of age, a young man who started his professional journey when a legend in South African football circles, Jomo Sono, handpicked him from a friendly game in 2016. Gave him his very first start, Jomo Cosmos, in South Africa. Brilliant midfielder. Does he still have it in him? Belele clears the lines, trying to hold on to the ball. Brilliant switch in play. Maema tagged ruthlessly here by Banglesise. The referee definitely have plenty to say there. Mohamed Bangura feeling the strain as well. South Africa now committing bodies forward, urging the goalkeeper to come and make the clearance as trying to get out of their own half. Another substitution set to be made in just a bit, and Mohamed Diabate will be brought on shortly for Guinea. South Africa intensifying the attacks out on the left flank. Mohamed Bangura with the throw. Ball teed straight back in the air. Easy pick here for Suleimani Kamara if he was a part of the game, but that will only count for a throw-in. Jadi Bodu to deliver the throw here. Kaketso, long pass, kept in play here. Smart play here by Kutumela to do enough, and possession steal for his side. Kutumela had a very decent game here today. Restarted, this time unable to control Neo Maema. The ball rolls over the line. That will be a goal kick here for Guinea. Some antsy South African fans here. Pretty sure that that one goal difference not enough to create a comfortable cushion for them, but they have 15 minutes to hold on, try and add to their tally. Double substitution in the offing. Check Kamara is the other one that will be introduced to the fray in just a bit. Center of the park, neat exchange of passes. Once again, a through pass coming up here, twisting one way, trying to make the cut back. But there was a delayed reaction from Ismaile Kamara. As now anyway will do, with Keegan Dolly just clearing his lines. Guinea fashioning out opportunity after opportunity, but unable to make full use of them. Shuffle of the footwork there from Alassane Bangura, sets it up to the flank. Now picked up once again by Mohamed Kamara. Out on the flank once again. Bashir cut back, and that is set to the skies. Ismail Kamara knows he ought to have done better there and buries his head in shame, slams the ground in disappointment. Was that the moment? The shake of the head from Malibongwe Kosa tells the entire story. South Africa were gutted like a fish in that moment. Totally split apart. Once again, Abubakar Bashir Bangura doing what he does best, fashioning out opportunities. And even as the ball left his feet, Ismaile Kamara knew they had wasted it. Well, that's the end of the match here for Moussa Kamara. In his place, Cheikh Kamara will take to the front line and try to fashion out the goals if they are availed. So Moussa Kamara out, in comes Cheikh Kamara. And the other substitution, Mohamed Diabate, coming in to take the place of Mohamed Bokeh Kamara. Like-for-like substitution. Diabate, his first foray on the game, makes the cross. Oh, nervy moment here for South Africa. Kwanda Ngonyama nearly connecting that ball to the back of his own net and suffering every defender's nightmare. Fortunately, Samukelo was quite alert to the possibility and picked that ball. Guinea pounding at the door. Lowe laying on siege after siege, wave after wave of attack, trying to weather down the defenses here of the Bafana, trying to exhaust them by sheerly overwhelming them with potent attack after the other. The latest here from Diabate. There's a push there. The referee says that will be a free kick here for South Africa. Clock signals that we're down to the final 11 minutes of the game. Was a coming together, rightly so. Referee giving a free kick here to South Africa. Fans there realizing that the momentum steadily with their side, and now 2 more substitutions by South Africa. End of the game for Keegan Dolly. He's had a quiet showing out here tonight.
This 2025 beIN Sports Extra is jam-packed with the sports you love, featuring an epic year, the best international leagues and tournaments, Olympic sports, and so much more. This 2025 on beIN Sports Extra. More sports, more excitement, always free, 24/7.
Game as will Masia Tamsanka, man in shirt number 23. He's a winger, tends to play on the right, came through the Mamelodi Sundowns Youth Academy. 28 years of age. Many would believe that he probably hasn't hit his best strides just as yet. Currently plays now for TS Galaxy in South Africa, popularly known as Tammy Masia. Banglesise out to the flank, looking to break in once again. Mohamed Diabate loses possession. Kabine Koyate rolling over just to make sure that he keeps that ball away from reaching the intended target. Nice pickup. Any way will do for the moment. South Africa not committing bodies forward, and that might be the cue for Sulemani Kamara to throw another attacker here. South Africa will need to keep their nerve because this pressure is relentless here currently from the National Elephants. Another substitution could be on the offing, and it's a striker, Yakuba Nyanya Bare, set to be thrown in. It's a change of passes. Banglesise, captain Mohamed Bangura wants the ball. Bangura, Abubakar, and slots it in. Mohamed Bangura, the cutback is good, easily cut away. Tees back again, shot comes in, dragged wide by Alassane Bangura. The frustration is all there for all to see. Chance after chance, opportunity after opportunity, carving apart the defense. South Africa's Bafana falling to the ground, slippery as a deer on ice. But somehow, the final execution, that last draw, is still not landing solid for Guinea. For the fans there, knowing that that could once again have brought them right back into this matchup, definitely understand why they are as arced as they are right now. Mohamed Bangura with the latest attack now for Guinea. Drame forced to retreat momentarily to South Africa, gliding back out of that defensive shell and now trying to keep the ball more in the half of Guinea. As we have confirmation there, substitution having Alassane Bangura coming off. In his place, Yakuba Bari Nyanya. Looking to spread that ball to the flank. Osmane Drame put off his mark. It's a throw-in, taken quick. Trying to sneak in quick. Guinea have numbers up front as South Africa have retreated into the low block. Bangle Sise out for Bangura. Mohamed now for the striker Nyanya Bare, plays it back. Opportunity, teasing it towards the final third. Support on coming. Ismail Kamara. Mohamed Bangura crossing the ball to the far post, bundling that ball. Looks like it might have had a touch on the arm. That's just teed out here for a goal kick. How much more can South Africa take? How long will that defense hold out here? Every attack looks more potent than the last. The Guinea fans Wonder if it won't be a case of too little, too late, too many opportunities wasted. Long ball forward here, looking for Kutumela. There's a foul. The referee running out of patience here with the goal scorer, Kutumela. That's a yellow card. Referee calling for play back here. It's an attempt by Guinea to restart the ball quick. Leading with the elbow, rightly so, Tabiso Kutumela. Cisse. It's actually Dramé. Ousmane Dramé gets back onto the ball. Mohamed Bangura out on the left, wants that ball and it's slipped into his path, tries to make the cutback. Mohamed Bangura, if they manage to get anything out of this game, he's definitely going to be one that the fans will applaud largely. They have 3 points to their name. They lost their last game to Uganda. Now staring down defeat at the hands of South Africa. If it stays this way, 5 minutes for them to change their fate. The dash is on. Glessise. That ball is left to roll out. That will be a throw in. South Africa now, Bafana must be in peak concentration. Can't afford to switch off, but that's easier said than done after 85 minutes of strenuous physical activity. And as the saying often goes, when the body goes, the mind follows. Just another opportunity there, popped in, but unable to make full utilization of it. The fans trying to rouse their team on, trying to inject some thrill into them and boost the adrenaline here with a raucous roar. Still not yielding just as yet. Goalkeeper Ousmane Kamara now joining out as an outfield player as well. And get here to Ousmane Dramé, last man at the back. Centre backs had gone forward to attempt charge in and use their physical presence to tilt the scales into their favor. Abubakar Bangura Bashir. Abubakar. Touch 1-2, intercepted Nkosi with a hefty challenge here. Does the referee have anything to say? Drifting one way, then the other, setting it up. Mohamed Bangura. He can't pull a shot from target. Hits the upright. Diving header. Oh my word. How unlucky can Guinea get? For a moment there, it looked like finally the pressure had told, but it just wasn't to be yet. And the look of disbelief, the sight of resignation seems to tell the entire story. Mohamed Bangura fashioned his opportunity, took a deflection, hits the upright, slips to the side. The diving header that was meant to plant it right back in. Unfortunately not doing so, but how lucky are Bafana getting here? They could have been made to pay in that sequence. Somehow, they live to tell the tale. Guinea have attempted 6 shots in this game. If you look at South Africa, just like it was in the first half, their last shot was taken by Tabiso Kutumela in the 61st minute of the game. They have been ruthlessly efficient, not wasting the muscle. Every single shot they have taken, they've made it try to count. Same cannot be said here of Guinea. Aliaron Alassane Bangura had attempted 5 shots, which was the highest he has made so far in the African Nations Championship in a single match. Fortunately, hasn't yet paid off and was one of his last contributions in the game before he was withdrawn for Yakoba Bari Nyanya. '89th minute. Last chance saloon here for Guinea. South Africa must hold their nerve for 60 seconds and the time that will be added. Wherever you're watching this one from, this is now more of a high-stakes poker game As once again, the break is on here for Guinea. Looking to advance. Somehow just forced to retreat momentarily. Reassessing their position, strategically making the plan to attack on the right. The cross is in. Weaved away, teased on momentarily by Wade Euster, who showed up his defensive acumen for the moment. Abubakar Bangura flips in the cross, headed away. Panic stricken here from South Africa. They're just happy to get the ball away any way they can. And there's the confirmation from the fourth official. There'll be no less than 7 minutes added in this matchup. There'll be no less than 7 minutes. That cheer there from the fans of Guinea tells the fact that they feel might be just ample time for them to try and snatch something from this game. Snatch it will be, as they have tried time and time again. Couple of the players here from Guinea out on that bench, realizing that this could be the beginning of a very slippery road into struggling to make it out of the group stages for a side that finished 4th in the African Nations Championships in Algeria. Not a place you want to be, not a discussion you want to be held in, not a place you want to hear your name even sounded. The group stages, ejection. Throw in. Good here for South Africa. Wade Euster wanted that ball, coming a little too strong for him. Keegan Dolly got to start today, but couldn't make any meaningful impact here on the team the minutes that he was on, and had to be withdrawn for fresher legs. Support offer down the left. Ahmed Bangura keeps it in play. Abubakar Bashir Bangura has support out on the right. Now teases it in for Diabate. Tries to keep it in play. The opportunity is still there. Ball not settling down in the box area. Anybody's ball for the taking. Cleared off right at the edge of the box area. Kept in play. Mohamed Bangura teasing it in, trying to sneak the pass in. A possession lost now to South Africa. Kutumela in possession. Kutumela mobbed here by Bangle Cisse, and he gets onto the ball. The attack, Guinea trying to retain that ball, and that's a little too enthusiastic. And that could get a little ugly as Kosa and Ousmane Dramé. Now Dramé gets himself a yellow card, and there's a yellow card as well for Kosa. Oh, the referee knows exactly what to do. In that instance, it looked like Kosa wanted to just get him back to his feet. I don't think Dramé was having any of it. Have another look at it. Back to his feet, and Dramé just charging at him. Referee rightly so to brandish the yellow card. A beautiful game with all the passion it inflames. Sometimes those emotions tend to get the better of the sane mind. 3 minutes and a couple of seconds of the 7 added and counting. Free kick here for Guinea. The box area just averted at the edge. Possession trying to figure their way out. Masia makes the clearance. The goals over the line. Throw in. Taken quick. Dramé. Shifting it here for Mohamed Bangura. He's been a willing runner all 90 minutes long. Twisting one way, then the other. Abubakar Bangura. This is Bangle Cisse. Out to the far end. Diabate tries to make the cross. That ball is intercepted by Bafana Bafana and hacked clear. I think wanted to catch the goalkeeper off his line, but did have the umph in it to get the job done. Based on. Nice dummy run from Dramé. Allowing that ball to be flung into the box area. Goalkeeper Samukelo having to come out and make his mark. Frustration evident from Sulemani Kamara. Desperate times. Can one player from Guinea rise to the occasion? And that pressure not just felt on one end of the bench, equally felt by Molefi Ntseki. Keeping his fingers crossed, his team can actually weather the storm. Long touching ball. Chested well here by Mohamed Bangura. Drame. It's actually Ismaili Kamara out to the flank. Mohamed Diabate will attempt a cross in. The header is on. Took a deflection. That's an easy pickup here for Samukelo. Precious few seconds left in the game. Instructions raging supreme. And the fans in suspended animation, not knowing whether to get ecstatic or hold their nerve. Could cut the tension in the stadium with a knife at this moment. Throw in for Bafana. He's back. Looking to bring that under control, and that's definitely bound to draw the referee's whistle. Mohamed Bangura, been a pretty clean player all match long. That one just getting the better of him, you could think. It's a free kick awarded. There's a free kick here. Potentially good area for South Africa to wrap up the action. Finish on a plumb. Picked up right at the edge of the area. Masia is trying to retain possession. Down to the final seconds of the 7 that were added. Speculative shot from distance here from Makaringe. That speculative shot is the last bit of action as Mustafa blows the final whistle in this game. South Africa have weathered the storm. We'll call it ruthless efficiency. Others might say near chances made and fashioned out to count for them. Whatever way you want to look at it, 2 brilliant shots taken with aplomb, resulting into goals. Guinea only had 1 goal to answer back. And despite battering, pounding, and constantly hounding the defense of South Africa, it holds true for a full-time score of South Africa 2, Guinea 1. So the Bafana just doing enough to get the job done, and now it dawns on the horde of Guinea fans that their journey might have been cut recklessly short by the performance that was out on the pitch. Abubakar Bashir Bangura has given quite a lot in this matchup here, and is inconsolable, realizing that they stand a very, very, very slim chance, near to none, of being able to qualify from the group stages. Won their first match, earned themselves 3 points, lost to Uganda by a heavy defeat, 3-0.
Let's bet on Africa. OneXBet.
Here, we're known for our sense of service. It's all about finding ways to support you. Day after day, doing everything we can to be useful and providing energy in all its forms. Everywhere, every time, all across the continent.